Welcome to TPI, the next generation in sports talk. We begin in Green Bay, where the Packers won that big game against the Patriots 26-21. No, not that big game, although by winning, they have gone a long way toward proving themselves as Super Bowl contenders. Aaron Rodgers is clearly the favorite for MVP right now. Actually, if you took the most valuable player by its dictionary definition, I think he should have won it last year, as the Packers were clearly lost without him. In any case, he's playing phenomenal right now. The key to the Packers' victory, though, came on defense, where they held a cursing Tom Brady to only 7 points in the second half. Brady and the Patriots were so busy calling for flags after every play that they didn't have time to come back. Actually had more to do with very good coverage by the Packers D, as well as a great stand with the Patriots driving in the late in the fourth quarter. But you just know Belichick and Brady wanted to hang another regular season champions banner at Gillette Stadium. From ESPN's reaction to the game, it's as if the Patriots purposely lost the game. If the Packers defense is really as good as they played today in this game, then I think they really can make a Super Bowl run. The offense has a few things to iron out in the red zone, but overall there's little to complain about on that side of the ball. However, it's the defense that will determine how far the Packers can advance in the playoffs. Right now it's all about staying on top of the NFC North and avoiding a first-round trip to one of those southern domes. Speaking of those southern teams, what a bizarre day between the NFC South and the AFC North. New Orleans and Atlanta won to stay tied for first. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers nearly hopped into contention for their division title before falling late to interception machine Andy Dalton and the Bengals, as Phil Simms calls them. I have no idea how the Bengals have made the playoffs 3 straight years with this guy at QB, but then again, Mark Sanchez made it to 2 straight AFC title games. So the Bengals played the worst of any team in the AFC North and yet ended up as the only winner of the 4. Oh wait, I forgot the Browns. Easy to do. The Ravens blew a late lead to the Chargers. I don't know what happened at Heinz. I do know that knee-jerk Fedco will be calling it the collapse of the Roman Empire. And the Post-Gazette, as always, gave the Steelers an F on their report card. F's to everyone on the defense and the coaching staff. It's as if every loss is the worst loss in franchise history. After the Thanksgiving night game, it looks to me that Seattle is again going to win the NFC West. Arizona is crumbling, but what do you expect from a team quarterbacked by Drew Stanton? Actually, with Carson Palmer, I'm not sure that they'd be much better. At least they'd be able to score more than one offensive touchdown. I fully expect the Cardinals to miss the playoffs, thanks to their brutal finishing schedule. The St. Louis Rams may have won 52-0, but their players are delusional. Their hands-up salute to that kid who got shot was completely out of touch with reality. Do they actually think that kid was standing there all innocently, and then the police officer pointed his gun at him, and he held his hands up, hoping and praying for mercy? Yes, they do. What a sad state America is in. It may have been a fun NFL weekend, but it was quite the boring college football weekend. No major upsets unless you consider Mississippi State a true contender, since they lost to Ole Miss. Looks like we'll be spared from 2 SEC teams in the college football playoff. It'll be Alabama, win or lose, as one team. Oregon makes it if they win, as does Florida State. TCU or Baylor should be the 4th team. I'd be happy with those 4 teams. At least it wouldn't be an all-SEC playoff. Still, I'd rather have a full-blown 16-team playoff where all 10 conference champions get in, as well as 6 at-larges. But we know that these student athletes are too busy with their studies to possibly fit in a couple more games. Meanwhile, the Penn State implosion continues. I'm not sure who thought James Franklin was a good coach, but it certainly wasn't someone smart. Who knows, maybe he turns things around in the next couple of years. The coaches get very short leases in college football, so it's doubtful. I hope they enjoy their trip to the Pinstripe Bowl. Also, there's going to be a parade through the streets as Pitt won their final game to finish 6-6 and get to a bowl game. Pitt players and fans are all pumped up after that win. In fact, I heard that they're going to get a trophy for winning 6 games this year. It'll be a big 6-6 out of silver. It's going to go right next to the CBI Championship banner and the Pitt Hoops Classic Championship banner. And if Pitt wins their bowl game, probably the Quick Lane Bowl, I'm not sure if the city would be able to take that kind of excitement. John Fedko's stupidity time. Fedko was actually bragging Monday on his show with Steigerwald on how good he was at TV and how he had never had a bad night and how when things went wrong on his show, no one ever noticed. Funny how there's a whole YouTube channel devoted to Fedko pranks, where Fedko looked like a fool on a nightly basis. Unfortunately, Fedko was too busy bragging about himself to bring us any stupidity about actual sports, which is a shame because I was looking for something like his 2-14 prediction for the Steelers last year. Okay, time for some Major League Soccer playoff news. Major League Soccer uses the incredibly intuitive best of 2 playoff system. That's right, best of 2. So Los Angeles and Seattle went at it, and Los Angeles lost the second game 2-1 and advanced. They had won the first game 1-0. My head is spinning trying to figure this out. And this, my friends, is why soccer sucks and will never be big in the USA. NBA time, where my Golden State Warriors are the #1 team in the power rankings. Obviously, you know that I'm on the edge of my seat watching every single Warriors game. Actually, I'm pretty sure I haven't seen an NBA game since I was out in LA. In any case, by the time the NBA season finishes, I think we'll all be grandparents. Happy time. Happy birthday, Mark Venturini. Mark Venturini is a science fiction / fantasy writer and a published author. He's also the only person I could find who had a birthday this week, which is the only reason why he got picked. Happy anniversary, Jerome Bettis. 16 years ago, while I was busy eating Thanksgiving dinner next to the homeless people, you managed to screw up a coin toss. Heads tails, you called, and the officials took the first of the 2. The Detroit Lions, of course, went downfield and scored the game winner, while the Steelers failed to win another game that season. At least, though, you got a good Papa John's commercial out of it. Happy trails from Brian Hoyer. It really is unbelievable that a quarterback as bad as Brian Hoyer could remain a starting quarterback as long as he did. Even more amazing is that the team actually won the majority of the games that he played. It remains to be seen if Johnny Football will stink it up worse than Hoyer and thus give back his job, or if Mike Pettin will somehow reverse field and go back to Hoyer, even though Hoyer never throws touchdown passes. In any case, the dream season in Cleveland looks to be crumbling. That's all for this week on TPI. I hope my performance this week was comparable to the impeccable John Fedko, although I'm not even sure anyone could ever dream to be as good as him. So long.